All right, we're here with new safeties coach Jack Cooper. And Coach, welcome in. I guess just how excited are you to get started?
Appreciate you, Mark. Yeah, I'm real excited. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, just kind of transition a little bit, but it's been awesome just getting around the guys and everyone back on campus and getting going with it.
All right, tell us a little bit about your path. How did you end up getting here? Give us your kind of coaching journey.
Yeah, so most recently I was defense coordinator at Rhode Island, FCS school on the East Coast. But previously, before that, a lot of different schools. Started Division III, and then went up to Division II, where I played Southern Connecticut State. Was at Yale, and then some other spots on the way. So it's been a long journey, and been at a lot of different levels, all levels of football, really, at this point.
What's the best thing about Rhode Island? That's a small state. What's kind of your favorite thing? I know you come here. It's cheese. It's beer. Give us a little taste about Rhode Island.
I'm a seafood guy.
Okay.
So I trust the Rhode Island seafood a little bit more than the Wisconsin seafood.
Probably smart.
Sorry to say that, but yeah, I guess the seafood, and then beaches were great, weather was good, and so that was probably the best part about Rhode Island.
Yeah, so you just said you went through Division III, FCS. What are the biggest differences? Obviously outside of talent, but what have you learned so far in kind of this path to getting to Wisconsin?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest difference is probably just the sense of urgency in recruiting, a little bit just player acquisition, making sure that you're really thorough in your recruiting process at this level is so important compared to the smaller schools a little bit. But yeah, I'd say that's the biggest difference. I mean, there's a lot of similarities though. Guys are guys, football's football. They want to be treated the right way. They want to be coached the right way. They want to be able to believe in you and trust you when you're coaching them. So I think there's some similarities and some differences overall.
So what would you say from a principal standpoint? You've obviously been around a lot of different head coaches. What are some of the big principles you're looking for from your safeties when you get out here and play at Camp Randall?
Yeah, extreme amount of discipline. I want our guys to be really disciplined, great communicators, really be able to echo the message of the defense coordinator and the head coach and what we're trying to get done, and then play with extreme amount of toughness. I think there's a certain style of Badger safeties that have been very successful here, and a lot of them are really tough and disciplined. That's what we're looking for in our safeties right now.
Yeah, obviously Hunter is going to be going into the draft, Hunter Wohler. What did you learn coaching him a little bit while you've been here, and how important is it to have somebody? It's great to have coaches, but you want to have those players that can be coaches on the field too.
Yeah, Hunter was it was good because you can bounce things off Hunter. He was a guy that can operate at a really high level. So I learned being able to have that dialogue with players is really important. It's not just about trying to coach them and tell them exactly what's going on, because they see some things on the field that you might not see as a coach. So that's probably the biggest thing I learned from Hunter. And just, obviously he had a great energy and enthusiasm in the way he went about his business every single day. So that was the biggest thing I learned from being around him. And that, something that we're trying to push the safeties to have right now.
How much did you like having those pads where you could see the actual stuff happen? I know Luke was talking a lot about that. It was an adjustment. How much does that help you as a coach? Because from a player standpoint, it's like, well, I think this is what I saw. And then you can kind of put the screen there and say, well, here it is.
Yeah, the iPads were great. I think they were a tool for a corrective tool, the kind of corrective feedback and some things that we had to get cleaned up right away that they could see, and then just move on and get ready for the next series. Because there is a mental part of playing safety, and you got to give them their space a little bit on the sideline as well.
So how much, everybody is talking in college football about the portal. You have some guys coming back. You have Preston coming back. You have Austin coming back. And some of the new guys. Talk a little bit about your room now that you're taking over.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of new guys. We got 5 or 6 new guys in the room. So our ability to gel is going to be really important. I think our communication, our trust that is built in that room is probably going to be a bigger deal than it's been in the past. There's been a lot more familiar faces here. So I think, Preston and AB and Owen Arnett, they got to do a great job of getting those guys comfortable in the room, welcoming the new guys, whether it's, Matt Trainer or Matt Young or any of the freshmen coming in as early enrollees. I think the ability for our room to gel and communicate at a high level is going to be the most important thing this spring coming up here.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about yourself as just family and where you grew up, and kind of not just from a coaching standpoint, but off the field, some stuff you like doing?
Yeah, so I grew up in Hartford, Connecticut. So out in the Northeast, as people know, is New England, right? It's not.
I've heard the seafood's good.
Seafood's good in New England. Yeah, so I grew up in Hartford, Connecticut. Played Division II football out there at Southern Connecticut State. Met my wife there, Alex. And then we got 2 little boys. We got 3.5-year-old JJ and almost a 2-month-old Hudson. So my hobbies now have turned from my golf rounds have dwindled every year. 4 or 5 years ago, I was playing 30, 40 times a year. I was aggressive on the golf scene, and it's definitely dwindled a lot more as the years have gone on here and the boys have gotten a little bigger.
It's good because talking to Luke, he doesn't want his assistant coaches to be good at golf. If that's the case, that means you're not doing some of the other stuff.
I'm not gonna lie. Since I've gotten here, I've probably played probably under 10 times, 8 times. So that's a little less than what I'm used to. But yeah, it's important. We're busy here. We got a lot of things to do. So.
Well, we're excited that you're here, and I guess just for a fan standpoint, what are you going to be looking for when you tee it up, August, September of next year? What are we going to be seeing that'll maybe look a little bit different from what we saw last year?
Just guys continually playing aggressive and fast, I think is the biggest thing. We want our fan base and everybody to watch the safeties and to watch us, really controlling the defense and, limiting explosive plays and make sure we're not letting people score on us. But we want an aggressive style of safeties and guys that are really playing downhill and trying to make plays on the ball. I think that's the biggest thing you'll see.
Awesome. Well, Jack, good to see you.
Absolutely.
Good luck.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you. Thanks.